I woke up this morning with a massive zit on my nose, and I didn't want it to be a distraction, so for the entirety of this video, I'm going to wear this cool red nose. Wouldn't want it to distract from the subject of this video. I don't know, my wife bought it at Walgreens, and I made up the whole zit thing, so let's unbox a camera. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of this Search for Awesome, and today we are unboxing the Rebel T7i. I'm kind of excited to get this thing open. Also, I'm a little bit, I don't know, I've never used a Canon camera before. Been using the Panasonic G7 for a long time, and I love the camera, but it leaves some things to be desired. And I'm hoping that this camera will solve the problems I'm having with this camera. So let's open this thing up and see what's inside. So, holy cow! Look how thick this is. This is like a Harry Potter book right here. Strap looks pretty good. You know what this looks like? This looks exactly like a camera strap. This looks like you get a battery charger. Okay, good. And it's got one of these things so you can plug it right in the wall. A battery, and here is the man of the hour. I'm immediately noticing it's very plasticky, and it has a metal ring here. It does have metal where metal counts. I would be very disappointed if that was plastic. These buttons down here feel a little cheap, and this button and these buttons feel a little mushy. Yeah, I'm not digging the build quality here, but you know, when it comes down to it, I really care more about the image quality and all the other things the camera brings. On the side here, you have a port for a remote, a microphone jack, HDMI out, and a USB mini? Really, Canon? On this side you have the SD card slot, but I do like that they separate the card from the battery. This battery is like pretty darn small. You can see it next to my hand. It's just a really lightweight battery. But what I do like are these little hooks right here. That is a much better method than a lot of cameras out there. You have buttons for autofocus, white balance. I'm not sure what those are. You have a play button, a trash button, you have something for exposure, something to control wireless, an EVF button, and this little piece comes off, so if you want to replace it, that's really cool. It's got off, on, and then video camera mode. That's actually really cool, because I'm assuming what it does, it just forgets what it knows about taking picture and just treats it like a video camera. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, but I'm actually going to be specifically using this for videography, and there's a couple of really neat features that they've packed in just with videography in mind. One, it has a time-lapse mode, it has an HDR mode, which that's really interesting. I definitely want to try that out. And it also has what they're calling electronic IS, or electronic image stabilization. Now imagine that this is the sensor of the camera. This thing has way more pixels than you need to actually generate 1080p video. So let's pretend that this is the amount of pixels that the camera is actually using. And so in this case, right now, it's actually using the full sensor. But if you wanted to, you could use part of the sensor, and then it'll use its software to kind of move around to reduce the shakes and the jitters, and it might even move this way and that way to, again, just to kind of smooth out the video electronically. I also did hear that this thing has digital zoom. Now, typically when you hear the word digital zoom, it's kind of like an evil word in the photography and videography community. But actually in this case, because again, the sensor has so many pixels in it, it can still get a 1080p image even if it's, again, not using the full sensor. So in theory, you could actually turn a prime lens into a zoom lens if you wanted to. Pretty cool. And one thing that really made me want to give Canon a try is really their lens selection. So these are the two lenses that I picked up refurbished from Canon. This one here is the nifty 50mm 1.8 lens. So there it is, the nifty 50. Definitely plasticky, but it does have a metal ring, it looks like. Pretty sweet lens. And then I also got a wide angle lens right here, so check this one out. And again, it is a plastic lens, but this is my wide angle. It is a 10 to 18mm lens, but this one also has image stabilization, so I definitely want to test this image stabilization versus the digital image stabilization built into this camera. It's just to put things into perspective. The lens that you're looking through me at right now, that lens was for Panasonic $700. Like, I kid you not. And that was like a good price. I think new a lens like that goes for like $1,000. So this one, which is the Nifty 50, this is kind of a standard lens. Like almost every photographer and videographer uses these. This one was like $110, and I've heard this is a really good lens. And then this is the wide angle one, and this one was $280. Now both of these lenses together are way cheaper than this one. Now I did research like crazy trying to find the best deal on the T7i and all that stuff, so I do want to give you some tips here. Now I did buy both of these refurbished, but they do sell a kit that includes both of these lenses for $320, so you essentially save about $60. If you want the wide angle one, it's like getting this one for like half price. By buying them refurbished, I saved like $10 on top of that, so I'm not sure why I did that. Honestly, I should have just bought them new. They do sell a kit lens with this camera if you want it. It's an extra $150, but when I was looking at the specs of the lens, I was like, I think I'd kind of rather these guys. That lens didn't look really impressive to me. But let me give you a tip on what you should do for the camera body. So I don't think you should just buy this at Best Buy or something. On Amazon, they actually sell this camera and tons of other cameras in kits. And these kits cost the same as buying this camera brand new. And a lot of the companies that sell these kits don't charge sales tax, so there's actually some savings there, and they just throw in free stuff just because you bought it from them. So I got this, free tripod looking thing. It looks interesting. It looks flexible and it can wrap around stuff. It looks cool. Definitely want to try that out. I got a camera bag. I got an SD card reader. Looks like I got another little tripod, and I got some cleaning equipment for my lenses, so that's nice. And I got a 32 gigabyte SD card. Now again, all of that stuff was free because I bought it through Amazon, and there's several companies that do this, so you can actually look and see and find a deal that you want. Just not having to pay sales tax saves you like $50, so that's right there, that's worth it, and you get a bunch of free stuff. For the most part, it's just a pretty standard camera. The reason why I'm giving him a shot, even though the camera you're looking at me through in a lot of ways is actually superior to this one because it does have 4K and does have some other neat features, is because of the autofocus, their dual pixel technology, which is essentially their autofocusing system that's like really, really good. As long as the image quality that this thing gets is as impressive as I've seen Canon can be, then I think I'll be good. Okay, I'm gonna spend some time with this camera, and then in a couple weeks I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give you the full review of the Canon T7i. Please subscribe so you do not miss that review when it does come out. Also, if you're looking for some other videos to watch, you can click up here. I recently did an unboxing of the Panasonic Lumix GH5. Really cool camera. Or you can click down here and you can see a video of mine that YouTube recommends based on what it thinks you'll like. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.